Hello, my friends in YouTube land. This is Material Girl 338, otherwise known as Diane. This is part 4 of the baby quilt. I'm this is the segment that I'm at right now. What I did was following the instructions on the quilt. The person wanted me to cut out huge blocks of fabric and then hoop them, and then do the embroidery. And what I was finding out that I was using a lot of material and then wasting a lot of fabric because I had to cut them down. I had to cut the blocks down. So I have a bunch of blocks of fabric that's embroidered inside, and I'm gonna have to do something with them, either make a diaper bag or attach it or make something with it. So I'm glad I stopped. I stopped at a certain point because I started to see that this was a lot of waste of my fabric, and fabric is expensive. Okay, so now what I did was I cut out each block, different size, as you could see. None of them are, see, like this one, I added just a strip here. I added a strip here. And then what I did was I added some panels here just to fill it in. And then this was part of the scraps, so I sewed them all together. And then this, the ducks, I had this because I was sewing another project, so I sewed that onto it. And sometimes you have to deviate from the pattern itself, because I find that some people, what's good for one person is not good for everybody. All right, so then what I did was I sewed a ribbon to the rattles, and I sewed it onto this. I'm trying to stay in focus. Okay, now what I did was I have to sew the binding on, so I marked 1/4 of an inch. It's my 1/4 of an inch from the edge, okay, all along, and I'm going to attach the binding. I'm going to use the store-bought binding. This is from Joanne. It's satin, and I don't want to waste any more fabric. So before I do the binding, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quilt the blanket. So when I get my sewing machine set up, I'll just show you a little bit of that. And I basically do free motion. I do my own, but first what I have to do is do stitch in the ditch. And stitch in the ditch is sewing a seam with your walking foot right in the seams. Just right here, see? You sew all along the seams. Where am I? All along the seams, and that's stitch in the ditch. And that takes a little bit of time, but this is definitely well worth it. I mean, the blanket it's coming out beautiful. The quilt is coming out beautiful. That's what it looks like so far. So, okay, so I will post my next video, and this is video 4, I think, and then I'll show you the next segment. Thank you, ladies, and I appreciate your comments. And if I don't get back to you quickly, it's because I'm busy, and I'm trying to create other projects. Okay, but I do appreciate the comments. Thank you very much. Bye.